Today we are back with another Light the Scene video in this principal's office. So I built a school in downtown LA, so legit principal's office, gym lockers, the school hallway, classroom. I did a whole thing, but today I specifically wanted to light up the principal's office because one, it's new to my studio, and I mean this whole studio is new, but this is like the latest set, so I wanted to see what I can do, and very minimal as well. So that's what we're going to talk about. Light the scene, what lights did we use, show you guys before and after so you guys can see the value of lighting. So let's get started with today's video. So let's get started talking about today's scenes. Now we did two different scenes today. One is where I'm basically sitting down. I was about to say standing, but where I'm sitting down, where I'm the principal, and we had an angle from a 45 degree where, you know, I'm just chilling, sitting down, acting like I'm talking to this actual microphone here, which doesn't work, but again, it's a cool prop. So that's what we did. And I want to talk about that lighting setup that we did. So I guess before I show you guys that, let me show you guys the fully lit up scene right now. So now that you guys watched that, now let me show you guys what it looks like without any lighting, just the straight out house lights. When you walk into my studio, this is how it's gonna look. So what do you guys think? Is it a big difference? Me, for one, you can definitely see it. It's a whole different vibe. So let's talk about the lighting that we did with that. If you guys want to know the camera, I guess we can knock that out the way. It's a Sony A7sIII. We also used the Sigma 35 1.4 lens. So what we did for this scene to get it was we used, first of all, the Aperture F21C, which is right over me as well. The reason why I decided to go with this light is one, it's inexpensive. It's a pretty good price. I think you get it probably for 700 bucks for what it gives you, the versatility of it. Definitely worth it. So that was the overhead light. And the next light that we used was a Pavo tube, which is from Nanlite. It's a 4-foot, and we used that right at the bottom. Right now we don't have it, but I'm just explaining it so you guys can see the frame. There's one where it's lighting up the furniture. As you guys are watching, we basically place it on the bottom just to get that little ambient back there. The other light that we use, so it's literally 3 lights, well actually 4 lights. The other Nanlite Pavo tube that we used it on the opposite side, and I'm placing the footage so you guys can see the differences. Again, you could probably get away with just using one power tube. It all really comes down to how you want to place the lighting. I didn't go all out. Again, it was just to show you guys. That's really what this video is. So, but I thought it looked pretty good. The fourth option of light that we used was this Aperture. I don't know if you guys see it in this frame, but it's the Aperture B7C, and that is the light bulb. And that one, again, we just went tungsten just to get a certain look. Now that aperture bulb is not gonna come, if you were to come in the studio, it's not gonna come inside that, but you guys are more than welcome to bring it. And the beautiful part about these aperture bulbs is you don't need to run any power. As long as they're charged, you can plug it in there and let it play as if it's a practical. Oh, and I forgot the atmosphere, right? So I wanted to create a certain look, so we went ahead and hazed it up, and we flagged it so it can really smoothen out so it's not so thick and harsh. Just create like a nice atmosphere, nice look. That's the lights that we used. Again, I'll frame everything again. We used the Aperture F21C, and then 2 Pavo tube Nanlites, the 4-footers, and we used the Aperture B7C. Let me go ahead and play it one more time before we jump into the next scene. So now we're on to the second scene, and for the second scene, again, we're kind of running guerrilla styling this because it's we're just trying to, you know, create content. You know, it's about making content. So if you guys are watching this, it's all about making content. There's a way to get through it, and it doesn't have to be all out. All right. So for this particular shot, I was supposed to sit where the student sits on the opposite side of the desk, but I was too small, so I had my boy Edwin, which was helping me today on this shoot here on this for this YouTube video. I had him sitting down. He was bigger, so he was able to cover up. No, I'm not saying you're fat, bro. I'm just saying you're big on the bigger side. All right, man. Damn, you're taller too, so it worked out. But I had to use him because he was covering the Pavo tube that we had, so we can hide it and again light up the Letterman jacket that was framed up. So I just thought he was like the perfect fit for it. So lighting wise, what did we use for him? I guess before we start the lighting wise, let's show you guys the before and afters. All All right, so what do you guys think of this scene? There's different ways that you guys can go about it, but again, this is like a quick way that we're just thinking just to kind of show you guys, and for myself as well, just do some little test runs. So when I do shoot here, I'm able to already understand what ways I can go about lighting this, but this was very simple. So let's talk about it. So the light that we use for him as well, same thing. It was an overhead. It was an Aperture F21C, or I don't know why I keep saying. So it's Aperture and Amaran. They're the same brand. It's like Nanlite and Nanlux, I guess. So it's the Amaran F21C. So sorry about that for the previous one. We use that as an overhead light. And the next light that we used was we actually used 2 Pavo tubes. Same thing. I think we did the same lightings for the most part. The Pavo tube was right behind him on the floor. Basically, it's chilling on boxes and is lighting straight up to the Letterman jacket. Again, that's something very easy to do. Just sit it down, see where the light hits. And I wanted the Letterman jacket to pop a little bit to showcase, you know, like you're in the school environment. No matter what angle you're shooting, it creates an atmosphere and it creates like you're in the principal's office. So if you were to use like a 2-way angle where you want to get both, you're still within a principal's office. Like, I mean, I don't know. That's just what I was trying to see what I can get, right? So we had an Nanlite Pavo tube, the 4-foot on the bottom pointing up, and to kind of give it a fill light, we had another Nanlite Pavo tube on the left side of him, and that was again just enough. I think I had it like maybe at 5% or 3%, enough to give more ambient on the left side. But at the end of the day, you get a really solid look with very minimal lighting. And this is how I'm gonna end it. There is no reason why you guys should be shooting a studio. Again, sorry for the audio, you know, a lot of cars are passing by, but there is no reason you should be going to a studio, any film studio, with no lighting. Please bring lighting. Very crucial. If you don't own any, rent it out. Talk to the artist, talk to the client, explain to them how versus, you know, how much better their video will come out. If you want, show them this video for reference. Realistically, lighting is so important. Do not show up to any studio or any indoor environment where there's no natural light coming in, where it wouldn't look good. Now, actually, one last thing to finish it off, there is lighting coming in that we can go ahead and mess around with these blinds for more light to come, and we could honestly just light it up with this without any lighting, just literally using daylight and using the camera angle and, you know, putting in different angles that works with the light itself. And yes, I could have done that. I should probably do that to end this clip. So you guys stayed this long, here's a third clip. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.